Razor, the latest episode of Between Two Stalls was all about culture, right? They brought in Rasmus Dahlin, the first bilingual on the show, and all the culture. So you took a trip down history lane yesterday with all this culture in Philadelphia and the birth of the United States. Tell us about it.
It was actually pretty cool. Pinter begged me for the last 5 years to do this with him, and it worked out that we were able to do it. And we saw an awful lot of things that I never would have seen and have never saw before. There's the Liberty Bell. See that right there, Marty?
Is that on the left or the right?
That stood for all men are equal. The bell was on the right there, and it cracked. It actually cracked 3 times, and it's because the metal composite, when they made it, it wasn't right. So every time they try to use this bell and they ding-donged it, it would crack and break. So 3 times they eventually decommissioned it. Has sat outside for a long time. Then they moved it inside, and I'll tell you what, that's one of the hottest buildings I was ever in, and you had to strip down to get in the thing, actually. So.
Okay, well, one of the hot buildings I would like to see, Razor, is this. That's hot. That's the first bank of the United States.
Yes, it was, Marty, and it's right across the street from the second bank in the United States as well. And that bank was never robbed until yesterday. Get it?
I was going to say, did you own the bank? Because,
no,
you've done your fair share of banking in the past.
It was Marty. It's a joke, okay?
Okay,
but that
I
was
get
the first bank. I thought that was actually pretty cool.
What about this
then
next picture?
You
went to see Betsy Ross's house.
Betsy
now,
Ross's
did you know who
house.
Betsy
You
Ross
knew
was?
Betsy Ross is?
I know who she is,
yeah,
yes.
Betsy Ross made the stars and stripes on the flag. She was commissioned by the U.S. government to create flags for many, many years. She was actually considered the first female entrepreneur in the United States because
why
of her
are you looking in the
she
window
had with
there,
the United
Razor?
States government to make. I'm sneaking in because you know why, Marty? It costs $5 to go take a tour inside, and it's too cheap to do it. So just take a peek through the windows and see everything you need to do. And on the right there, that's Betsy. That's her gravesite along with her 3rd husband. She buried 3 husbands, Marty.
Oh, boy.
She was a great
seamstress
and buried 3 husbands.
Let me ask you this. Independent Hall and the Document Center.
Yeah.
Do you know when the Declaration of Independence was signed? What year?
1776?
Oh, good answer. Okay, good.
Thanks, Joe.
You did, yeah, exactly. You did your homework. So what about those two, and what did you learn there?
There's 76ers here in this town as well, you guys.
Yes, so that's great.
We just don't drink beer and sleep on the road, okay? We
Nobody
educate
sleeps.
ourselves, and there it is right there. That's Independence Hall, okay? That's where the Declaration of Independence was settled. It was signed. On the other side of the hallway, there's a courtroom. It was all in the same building. There was a lot of things happened right there in that building, and I would tell you a lot more about it, but the guy that was actually giving the tour, Larry, he ran out of gas really quick about 3-4 minutes into this tour. He just went from being the happiest guy in the world to hardly able to hearing him, and my hearing aids, I couldn't turn them up loud enough to catch him, so you're going to have to look it up because Larry had a lot of good things to say, just couldn't hear them.
Well, that's great. Now,
right here, this is the Constitution right here. But see that inkwell right there? That was the inkwell they actually used to sign it on the left-hand side there. The other one is a little copy, I think, of George Washington's, but all the originals aren't there. They're in the... No, Washington, you're right. Washington's is original. The rest aren't in there. The rest are in the Smithsonian, being protected from guys like us.
That is the original George Washington print of the Constitution. So yes, Razor. Well, thank you for this tour of all these landmarks in Philadelphia.
No, it was great, Marty.
I feel like I learned a little bit, even though I did all these studies when I passed my test to become an American citizen. So thank you for the reminder, for everybody's reminder.
What happened to the feast? I thought we were seeing the feast.
No, the feast is for another
The feast was the best part of the day, I'll tell you this. We all, as a broadcast unit, we spent the whole day together. Then we went to dinner last night. Look at that big tomahawk right there. That was a 34-ounce baby right there, and we hammered that one, I did, along with a few sides, some mushrooms, some lobster mac and cheese, some mashed potatoes. So rough night last night trying to sleep because I was full. Really full.
There's an old Irish proverb that says, you can never know a man's sound until he's full. So there you go. You were full last night. We probably did not want to hear all your sounds. Razor, thanks for the tour. It was great.